Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
Hello, this is Mona. Welcome back to my channel. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that little notification button for future videos if you like what you see. Thank you very much. This is my second video today, and I'm going to be talking about a bit about my history of being a light worker and how I becoming more and more aware of it, and some of the days of the past, and how this is a very interesting thing for me to actually now have more confirmation with, where I watch different videos and stuff and say, okay, I'm not the only one feeling like this. I'm not alone in this. That's a good thing to know. You know, because not really having people to talk to like that growing up, you know, that can be a challenge, and a lot of them have it through it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. One thing, I am a Taurus, yes. I'm also a bull. I'm a Taurus in the zodiac that most people know of, but also the Chinese zodiac. I was born the year of the bull. So that's the thing. I got a nice little double dose there of the Taurus power. Also, I was born in 1973, May 5th. I was born on a Saturday, the 7th day. 3 and 7 definitely pops up in my thing quite a bit, actually, which is quite astonishing. Sometimes I see 11s here and there throughout the different times. It's pretty wild when they pop up. Like, hello, you know, like the universe is give me a little bit of information, even if I'm not aware of it. And I like numbers, just so you know. Numbers are fun. If you are interested in numerology and stuff like that, look it up. I mean, you can just YouTube channels that talks about stuff like that. I think it's very fascinating learning about these different numbers and how they correlate to different events, and how they can glimpse, maybe give you a little idea of what's happening in your life. And it's pretty freaky when you actually realize how accurate some of that information can be. I do believe that I'm a light worker / star seed, or whatever you call it. I mean, there's many different names for many different beings that come to this planet. So I'm definitely that team here. When I was young, I always felt out of place. I always felt like I was born way before my time. Because I just never really fit. I was always like looking in. Like I felt like I was like an outsider looking in. I never could quite understand how the social structure worked. I always felt awkward. I really did focus on the outer appearance of myself, like with makeup and finger polish and jewelry and clothing. I really did focus on that. That wasn't really, to my knowledge, that wasn't really a major concern to me. That's just, you know, me growing up. A lot of people, that's the main focus of a lot of people out there, but it wasn't for me. So that was part of my life, is I wasn't really focused on that. This technology we use today is very similar to the technology that I'm used to using on my home world. I do believe that this is my first time on this planet as a human. I am from another reality, because we are all as light workers, star leads, all from a different reality, have a higher reality, of course. But for me, I believe I lived lives in other places, other planets, other even other dimensions, for all I know. And my higher self is of the angelic realm level. Doesn't mean that she's an angel like Michael and the archangels and stuff, but she does have a power similar to that type of power. So she's within that angelic realm. Okay. And I think it's interesting that I found that out actually a year ago for my higher self. Is it pretty cool? And so that's part of it. I remember living on another planet. That cannot be pronounced in human tongue. I'm not going to attempt it. But I do remember I lived on the moon and had orbit around that home planet. It was beautiful. I do mean beautiful. Gorgeous. We didn't have war, chaos, and all the stuff that you guys that we have here on Earth. So, but I do know I was from that planet. I actually discovered that back in the late '90s. Because I had some dreams and stuff, and it just like came to me. And I didn't understand at the time, but I do believe that I lived on another planet. Even though my family made fun of me for it, I still believe I'm from another planet. Um, Most recently, I discovered that there's a good possibility that one time I was a guardian of a sanctuary here on Earth back in ancient Egypt days. There are sanctuaries all over this planet. There's sacred places, sacred spots on this planet. And all these sacred spots on this planet have guardians that protect that sacred spot. Doesn't necessarily might protect the actual building per se, but that area is protected. Well, one area that I was protecting, back in ancient Egypt, was actually one of the Great Pyramids of Giza. You know that old legend? Man fears time, but time fears the pyramids. The pyramids are over 5,000 years old. And they've been doing pretty good for being 5,000 years old, but I hope I look that good when I'm 5,000 years old. Dang. Well, one of the reasons is those guardians there that are actually protecting that area so that those pyramids will be there when the time comes for them to be activated. I really do believe that. And my job in ancient Egypt, and I this actually just come to me. I actually believe that I was actually there when they were actually building the actual pyramids. That just came to me.
YouTube. Now.
Wow.
Overlord DVD. Star Wars disaster vertical line toy sales plummet since Disney purchased Lucasfilm. Attachment.
Wow. I mean, that just came to me. That's why I sort of like stood here for a minute, like, whoa. So during the building of the, some of the construction of the pyramids themselves, I was actually there keeping that area safe. I was one of the guardians doing the actual pyramid construction. Which is amazing. Wow. Just wow. I'm not quite sure how to react to that particular piece of news right now because that just sort of hit me out of nowhere. Who is it? Excuse my French, YouTube. But holy moly! I was actually there. And I'm not going to go into details of how they built the pyramids. Okay? But it's not quite what a lot of people in the mainstream might think. Absolutely. When those pyramids have been standing for 5,000 years, I was actually there when they were being built. How amazing is that? Wow. I wasn't actually involved in actually building the pyramid, no. But I was actually there to keep the dark energies away from said pyramid. And there are guys there now as we speak, still doing that, keeping those pyramids, dark energy away from those pyramids. Because those pyramids are going to be needed very soon. I do believe that they're going to be needed. The pyramids throughout this entire planet were built for a very specific reason. Not the reason a lot of people might think they were built for, but they were built for a very specific reason. And they're ready. They're still active, okay? They're ready to rock and roll when the time comes. And we're proud of that. We're proud of that mission. It just one of those wonderful, amazing things. I mean, it really is. When you think about it. So that's interesting for me to think about that I was there. Because I know I was a guardian there, but I didn't realize it until now that it was doing the actual building of the pyramids. I mean, that is pretty wild.
TVAPP. Now. Where is Desiree Ferris? Beautiful Missouri teen vanishes on mom's birthday. Attachment.
It's amazing. Excuse me. I mean, it is very amazing. I was actually there during that time. So those are two things I can tell you right off the bat about my former lives, which is pretty wild. Um, but now me here, I also know that back in 1993, I had an awakening moment that I did not realize was an awakening moment for me, but I had a moment of enlightenment, and I'll be sharing some more detail with that, I think, in the next video. Um, and it was a vision, a very powerful, powerful vision. And I'm more and more, like, I believe I had like a major download of knowledge and information that would be needed. I wasn't ready to understand what it was at that moment, but I was ready to receive it, even if I could not access it yet. You can actually receive downloads without accessing at the time of receiving. Now, if you receive a download and you can't access it, don't panic. It just means that you're one step closer to ready to access said information. Still have a little bit of work to go before you truly access it, but you have it, which is totally awesome. Totally awesome. Um, I could probably talk forever about stuff like this. I mean, I really could. Um, Another thing I think is interesting for me, not only did I have a major vision back in 93, and for quite a few years I never understood why I had that vision. I lived in the boondocks and stuff like that. It's like, I would never be in any position to really utilize what I know. And yet here I am. And I do believe that I know one part of the information at that time. In the last couple of years, last few years here, especially I think since like 2015 forward, I begin like this little packet open, this little packet open, bit by bit by bit. I'm discovering more of what I knew at the time of that vision. It's amazing, and a little scary too when I actually think about what I know. 2017 is when I started to really explore what YouTube, and actually found quite a few channels that are talking about the higher levels, the higher planes, the awakening processes and stuff. And I'm like, some of that actually does describe what I've experienced throughout my life. And it's like, could I be a light worker? Could I be one of those that was sent here for a specific task? I believe I am. The more I study, the more I listen and stuff, because I don't read very good, because my eyesight's bad. I don't read very good. So I do a lot of listening. And I do believe that is what I am. I am here for a specific reason. So that's pretty interesting to find out. And learn more and more the last couple of years. And 2018, which is actually year 11-2 in a 9-year calendar. That's been a major year of awakening for me. I had quite a couple of bits there that really became eye-openers for me. Challenging for me. 2019, I sort of shied away from doing research in this avenue, because I think 2018 really scared the heebie-jeebies out of me for a while. So I wasn't like quite sure how to react to what happened. But now, I was like, okay, I had time to think about it. I had time to process this stuff. Like, okay, now I can start, opening up and talking about it. And I started to do more explorations. And I like, okay, I do have my YouTube channel. I'm going to use this bad boy and talk about the different things that I have.
Now, breaking news CNN. The Senate has passed a $480 billion funding bill for small businesses, testing, and hospitals. The deal now goes to the House for approval.
More politics. Well, hi, good afternoon. Thank you. So that's what's happening. And I do believe that my mission is like a spiritual. I believe my mission is of a spiritual guide. I've not like actually guided somebody specifically. I believe part of my job is to talk on videos like this and put my opinions and stuff I've learned out there. But also to let my light shine and to just be present. Let the universe do what it does through me. And I just give information when I have it. And so that's a little bit about me and about my mission so far that I have unpacked and decoded. I just gave a little glimpse. So thank you for listening, everybody. Be safe. Have a blessed day.
Stop recording.